beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. You're here with me, Sarit and Stevie K. Okay, today guys, we're watching Chandrayaan 3 successful landing on the moon.
Yeah guys, obviously we done the video of Chandrayaan 3's landing and stuff like that, but obviously straight away afterwards saw so many videos looking at British media. It says targets India after Chandrayaan 3 success. Basically there was news reporters that, you know, I haven't seen that video or anything like that, but there was people who apparently on Instagram that I sort of read that weren't happy. Obviously they've gone, yeah, India's done this, but you know, oh my god, you know, if they've got the money to do, you know, like space projects, then why are we giving them money? Like, you know, why is UK giving them money? You know, because they can basically take care of themselves, sort of thing. But when I saw, like, you know, like this video obviously sort of like appeared, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna actually, because we're in the UK and obviously we're Indian, I know. So I just thought, I want to see what's been said, because again, it's just like, feels like, you know, as soon as someone succeeds something, it's, you know, like in real life, you know, like that every single person, it's always like this. You know, when you're doing something, everyone's like, go on, go do it, go and do it, and they all want to give you a clap because they always feel like, number one, you're not going to happen, you're going to give it a go and you're going to keep failing, so they want to give you the clap and going, the moral support, yeah, go on, you know, we want to see you like succeed.
You have some who are like that, then you have some who don't.
And then once you actually do something that somebody else hasn't, you know what I mean, or they can't do it, then all of a sudden they want to knock you off the perch. I mean, it hasn't even been that long, it's been like a day or so. You know, instead of going, well done, and then, you know, let's wait for a while and say something, it's like straight away, you know, let's start saying all this like stuff to like bring it down. Like either it's nothing major, or number two, well, you know what I mean. Look at them, if they can do that, then
here, British. Or
yeah, I think there's other sort of, you know, there's other basically a fair few countries who, you know, India like they are, and I'm not gonna, like, you know, mention names, but yeah, like them, they wanna, you know, it's like real life, isn't it? Like, you know, कोई भी घर दे होन बाहर दे होन, कुछ ना चंगा हो जावे, है ना, बंदा कोई तरक्की कर लवे सारी, I was gonna say, उदा ही है ना कुछ बुरा कहना ही कहना है, you know what I mean? And then, but anyway, this one I'm gonna end up like looking to see, number one, what is you know, people have to say and what's been said back, kind of thing. So guys, if you're new to our channel, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Also check out the channel, which is called Our Touch. Links will be in the description below. Do let us know what else you react to. Let us know what you lot think and feel about it in the comments below.
You know how all this. I get really like,
obviously, like, you know what I mean. I mean, anyone, you know, does something in life, you should be happy for them, and you know, and forget everything else. That, you know, I mean, don't कई लोग करते ही दा, you know, उन्होंने पापू दे पैसे होंदे आ, like, you know, दिते हुए, like someone को कुछ करदा. It's just, I just really find it wrong. Like, you know, certainly start to put a downer on something, that's an achievement for something.
The title is making me angry. Target India after Chandrayaan 3.
Yeah, so, you know, and it's certainly when they've said it's, you know, British media, like, you know, you're like going, guys, Hajivi, you know, in that baad, you know what I mean? कदी खुश नहीं होना, इना मर्जी
building has been,
इना मर्जी है ना मिल जावे है ना, हजी भी बंदा कोई खुश नहीं होता है ना.
Winds us up, guys, you can see.
Anyway,
I haven't even watched it yet.
चल देखिए.
Chandrayaan is senior fellow of the ORF. Also, Sophie Corcoran is political commentator. She's British but based out of Australia. Sophie, I saw your tweet. Your tweet had garnered more than 1 million views on Twitter. You talk about not just the fact that you are aghast that UK is giving this aid to India, but you also want it back. Is that not unfair, just that comment, as if Britain has never succeeded by trampling over India and India's resources?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't think it's unfair at all. You know, if you're creating an incredible space program that, you know, has defied the odds in the world, is doing much better than everybody else, your economy is much larger than ours now, there's no reason for our country to be giving India aid, and it's not coming from a place of jealousy. The fact of the matter is that many in the West would view or have viewed in the past as India as being some unsuccessful third world country. But the fact of the matter is that India doesn't need to be babysat by the UK. You don't need our aid. You've got, incredible economic growth. You've got incredible, infrastructure. You've got incredible innovation in order to do something that many other countries haven't been able to succeed. I mean, India was the first country to ever land a mission on the south side of the moon. You don't need British aid. Our economy here is declining. So why on earth are we sending millions of pounds of taxpayers' money in investment into India through aid programs when India doesn't need our aid?
Frankly, most Indians will agree with you that we don't really need the British aid. And as I said, the official aid to India, government to government India, did stop almost a decade back. So whatever aid comes in is, as I said, as per British policy, for mutual benefit and prosperity. It is aimed at creating jobs in UK too. So when you say, if you had left it at asking the question on your government as to why you're giving this aid to India, I don't mind, you are well within your right to ask that question to your government. But what do you mean by taking it back? What about all the money that Britishers looted from India? When are they ever going to see reparations for that?
Queen.
I mean, personally, I think that's absolutely ludicrous to suggest that the British taxpayer now should be paying for colonisation, because no British taxpayer alive, pretty much, has any influence or any involvement in colonisation. So this idea that my taxes should be going towards reparations for colonisation, I'm sorry, it's just ridiculous. But in that sense, why are we allowing our government? I have more of a problem with, no problem with India, but more of a problem with my own government. Is why are we sending aid to India? And where's this, I think it was something that in the last year, £54 billion of investment. Why are we not keeping that money back if your economy is so advanced to the point that you can invest in these unbelievably successful missions? A lot of people have highlighted the inequality that exists in India and the mass poverty that exists in India. But in my opinion, it's a problem with your own form of government and not got anything to do with the British.
Sophie, I agree with you that you are well within your right to ask your government that question. And frankly, most Indians will be very okay if the Britishers stop giving this aid, quote unquote, to India. But since you talked about getting that money back from India, which is an extreme position to take, I am well within my right to ask, how about you give us all the money you looted under colonial rule to India? But let me bring in Sushant Sareen here. Sushant, how do you see this, this new facet emerging from Britishers especially, where they're like, oh, we don't need to give aid to India, we want this money back?
Shivani, I treat it with the kind of utter contempt this kind of talk deserves. And it's not just coming from these white racists in Britain or Australia or wherever else. It's also coming from the so-called liberal BBC. Just 3 or 4 years back when the Chandrayaan mission had failed, we've got that clip running around. So this disparaging attitude and this sneering attitude which these Brits have, it's just too galling. But on the most substantive issues, number one, the government of India way back, I think in 2011 or 2012, under the Manmohan Singh government, had told everybody around the world, we don't want your aid. Okay? The Brits were not doing us any favor. They were doing charity out here, not because there was some altruism involved in it. They were doing it because they buy people out here, they buy their loyalties, they buy their lobbying thing. They want those people to lobby out here and disparage India. So please give me a break. Take your money and shove it up wherever you want to shove it up. Okay? Number one. Number two, whatever monies they are giving right now, nothing is coming to the government of India. They're only giving it to NGOs which plug the line which the Brits want to do. And there is some of it which is going into business houses because they are trying to create markets and trying to create synergies between Indian businesses and British businesses. And the British themselves acknowledge that this money is being given because it creates jobs in Britain, it creates markets for Britain, and they are actually profiting from a lot of this money which they are giving to private sector people. The government of India is not taking a damn thing from these guys. So these guys should get their facts right and lay off. Now, on the other hand, I think it's also important to point out that because they don't have the competence to achieve the kind of scientific achievements that ISRO and many other Indians have, if they are feeling jealous about it, or they can't handle that a country which they colonized, they plundered, they pillaged, they looted, they raped.
And still jealous and still.
If those people are rising back and achieving things which these guys can't achieve, and they're going back into the dark ages, Learn to handle it. Deal with it.
Sophie, you want to respond to that?
Listen, mate, it's got nothing to do with jealousy. Would you rather me sit here and ignore the achievements of India and continue like the West are and thinking that India is some poverty-ridden third world country? Or do what I like I've done and say, India doesn't need aid. Of course it doesn't need aid because you're a successful country. You've got a massive economy. You're achieving massive economic growth and you're achieving extraordinary scientific invention. It's got nothing to do with jealousy, pointing out the fact that India has been a highly, highly successful country. But that is why India does not need our aid. And I think people, we're in agreement in a sense that this idea that we should be sending any form of aid to India, it's disrespectful, in my opinion, firstly to India as well, because you don't need our aid. You don't need the British people. And we, as British people, with an economy that is facing its challenges, don't need our money being sent elsewhere to countries where
Yes, but
asking
Sophie,
for
don't
it.
you think that it's important to talk about that in the context that it deserves? For example, this thing coming up as anger on social media by the social commentators
less
in
on the
Britain
benefits as well,
because
why?
of Chandrayaan is misplaced. Now, the British aid is not helping our space mission.
Exactly.
Our space mission or our moon mission, in any case, runs on very shoestring budgets. Just 600 crore rupees was the moon mission. So that aid is not meant for this space mission. That aid is meant for things that help Britain.
Get your facts
That's
right.
right,
lady.
but
Shivani, it's not even aid. I don't know why
help
you keep calling it
Britain.
aid.
Like
Yeah,
you
fair
said,
enough. I
it's
think
not
it should
aid.
be questioned if it is aid at all. But Sushant, let her finish. I'll give you an opportunity.
Yes, my answer very clearly was the British people are angry at our government for sending India aid because they don't need aid. Clearly, if you've got a country that's the fifth largest economy in the world and is achieving some of the most incredible
You've
things
said that
out
so
there,
many
you
times.
don't. Why are we sending you money in
Did you
those
not
sorts
just
of
hear what
forms?
she
I think
said?
not only is
Two
it
minutes on there.
ridiculous from our side of things, but it's also disrespectful from your side of things because India isn't some third world, poverty-ridden country.
Because
that
India
needs
has
that
already
already.
refused. It doesn't want this aid, but it cannot clamp down on these relationships between two friendly countries where exchanges do happen, and of course for mutual benefits,
Yeah,
these
it is
money
mutual
doesn't
benefit.
go around.
That's what it is.
And of
They
course
ain't
there
doing
are
it for free.
contracts
Understand
that
that.
the governments have. That's a
She keeps
separate
going
thing.
on about, oh, you
So
guys
I
are
hope
doing
you're
so
not counting
well.
all of that
You don't
because
need it.
those
It's
are also mutually
downgrading
beneficial.
you,
But I
though.
have a minute left. Yes, Sushant. I just don't understand that why people talk about this. It's not just about the disparaging fact. First, on one side, they'll say, why does a poor country need a moon mission? Why don't you do something else with that money? Then they'll also say, oh, you are such a rich country, you can manage this mission. Why do you need our aid? The Britishers need to make up their mind.
Yeah, exactly.
So Shivani, first, it's not aid.
Yeah.
Number one, right? What they're doing is more of investments. They're getting profits out of whatever monies they are spending in India. And they are buying some amount of political influence. Number two, we are not their colony anymore. That we need to hear from them on what we should spend money on and what we should not spend money on. So we don't need their gratuitous advice. They can take it and again shove it up wherever they want to shove
I
it.
love it.
Right? Number three,
love
and
it.
very importantly, the Brits, they are giving money to Pakistanis, for example,
Yes,
for
they do.
improving their education. They've been giving money to the Pakistanis, I think, for the last 20 years. Millions, hundreds of millions of pounds. All that they have managed to do is to create mini Emirates in Britain. And I won't be surprised in 20 years from now, you will have the Islamic Emirate of Great Britain in Britain. So good luck to these guys. They can keep pointing fingers at India. We don't need these fellows anymore. They can go take a hike for all we care.
Maybe the Indian government should seriously look
Love
at
it.
just stopping whatever is this quote-unquote aid that comes to India. But of course, if the
You
government
wait,
did that, but if the government did that, they'll be called draconian.
Yeah. The moment we do that, you wait and see the kind of howls of protest
Exactly.
that will come from these guys.
Exactly. So, it's heads I win, tails you lose, but it's the kind of commentary that doesn't really behoove anyone on an occasion when India is achieving what nobody in the world has achieved.
Exactly, and we are so damn proud.
Yeah, going with it, like I did like
I
the way
love-
Sharp
The
was
only
just
thing she couldn't say is
the same thing.
the same thing. It
No,
was annoying.
as in, you know what I mean.
But you don't need it,
But
it's
I know,
embarrassing, really.
But it's easy to say, yeah, well, that wasn't our fault. We weren't to blame
Yeah,
for
of
that.
course.
Okay, but then, if that had nothing to do with you, then I'm sure she started off that she's British, but she's living in Australia.
Why are you
Then
in
what's it got
Australia
anything to do with you? Just because, it's just. But anyway, I mean, at the end of the day, if your government's doing something, then why addressing it? Why addressing it now? When there's someone succeeded in something. I just said the timing of it. Why not just go originally to your government and just say, excuse me, why are we doing this? You know what? This is the situation. You know, the government knows how much. You know, like now recently, there's been nurse strikes, train strikes, all the strikes. Everyone wants high pay, and they're just going, well, we're not going to give it. We're not going to give it. We're not going to give it.
Most of our nurses and doctors are all from India.
I know, but I'm just saying, everyone's been striking and stuff like that. Why isn't anyone just going, excuse me, you know, what is the balance of what's going on with the monies and why should it be like this? The government knows what it's doing. It ain't stupid. You know, they do the things like he said, that basically it's not just, oh, we're giving aid to people. It's what they want in return. No one does anything free for nobody. This is it. You know, what is it? You got to have that sort of closeness, that friendship, that oh, we're doing this for you, but we need something always back in return. It's never anything. No. Governments never just go, you know what, we just want to be nice. We got so much money that, you know what, if our people die, they die, but let's just like be nice to you guys because that's what we like. We're good people. No one does that because otherwise, what do they always say? Charity starts at home. You look after your family before you start looking after everyone else. If you can't look after them, you got nothing to give to them. You're not going to give to others unless you're going to give to others because you know that you're going to get more back to give to your family. That's the only time you give to others because you know the returns are going to be more that you can give. So the moment they stop investing or giving money to other countries, they'll realise that those countries ain't going to do anything back for them either. They don't owe them anything. All right, we're looking after ourselves. You lot look after yourself. Damn. But we need X, Y, and Z off you lot. Yeah, then you lot pay your prices. We don't want to pay that. Well, bye-bye. Oh, how about we do this nice thing for you? Then that way we can have this like deals that we can, you know, you lot can keep us sending us the things that we want. If it's not employment, if it's not, you know, food, or if it's not other kind of sort of labour, or, you know, import, export and stuff like that, or, you know, like agree with us on certain things when we go on political matters. They need those kind of friendships and stuff. It's those relationships they want, so people are on their sides. And not only that, they don't want to go into, you know, if there was any future war, that they know that there's people who are going to be on their side, then going, well, sod you, why should I take your side? You not only gave us something, then you wanted it all back, and you really think I'm going to be on your side? I'd rather be on this person's side. It's all that, and these people just don't understand that, you know, they're not just doing it because of the kindness of their heart. They're doing it because they need something back in return. Exactly. But that's why they're not, what you call it, are they?
I mean, Australia to Randy, you're like, what's it affecting her for?
No, but you can see that's the thing, and you know, it's that. It's that dialogue in na samjha no samjhaunदी लोड़ नहीं उन्हें समझ नहीं होनी.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
We are damn proud, and honestly, you know what? Let them say what they want to say, because I bet you this is probably not even.
It's not just going to be them. It's going to be
so
like I said. It's not just going to be the British, and this is not me like sort of defending. It's going to be so many people, so many different countries, because someone achieved something that they haven't, or done something that no one else has done. Therefore, we got to try knock them off the perch and try to do the talk about something totally different. That, you know, like the focus goes, because like now everyone should be over the moon should be over the moon, or under the moon, or on the moon, you know, basically happy and excited and celebrating, which they are. And then some people just want to like put a dampener on it to make it into something else. That's all it is. So keep the spirit high.
Say what they want to say. Jai Hind is what I say. Oh my God, we are so damn proud.
People can carry on. I mean, as much as like you said, haters are going to hate. They can hate as much as they want.
It does not. It makes you angry, but it makes you even more feel like
no. But they always say people only hate on, you know, people or countries that succeed, because if you don't hate on any, you know, country or whatever, then that means they're not achieving anything. You only hate on whatever you believe is going above you and better than you.
And you're gonna have more.
And that's with humans as well, because if someone's below you and not achieving anything, you don't even think twice about them. Yeah. You always look at the ones that are doing better, because people don't like people doing better, because it makes you feel that I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
So only time people hate on something is when they know someone or something or country is doing better than them. Then let me hate.
That's it.
You know what I mean? That's the only time.
How many days has this been? Let's see.
I think it's only about a day, so let's just... But anyway, that was the video. Let us know in the comments below, what did you guys think and feel? And yeah, write it all down, and we'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.